Hello, everyone. This is Royce Odiar with Everyday Praise. And I'm hoping that I'm getting back into a bit of a rhythm, a bit of a routine. I don't know if this is 2 or 3 days in a row, probably just 2 days in a row, but we're trying. And I've got stuff to be thankful for. I'll talk about that in a second. I titled this episode, number 112, I titled it 70 times 7. And it's interesting because I believe in my first episode yesterday, or perhaps it was the day before that, I shared about, I don't know if it was humility or if it was something to do with not forgiveness, but it was seeking first to understand. I remember. So either 1 or 2 episodes ago, I talked about seek first to understand, then to be understood, the principle of Stephen Covey, right? One of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Super powerful relationship principle that I highly encourage. However, yesterday Michelle and I started the day with some sort of feud, and we ended the day with some sort of feud. And I don't know if it's just the busyness of the end of summer or the upcoming series of meetings that we're planning in October. But things seem a little bit tense. Not a good excuse, but we both got set off last night, and I was very tempted to not want to practice that principle of seek first to understand. Anyways, today, as I reflect a little bit on yesterday, and I think of the principle and the truth of forgiveness, and the thought crossed my mind that if God offers us, if He offers you, if He offers me mercies every day, in fact, the Bible says that God's mercies are new every morning. If God offers that for you and me on a daily basis, then we need to offer that same mercy, that same grace and forgiveness to our spouse. 70 times 7 is one of the ways that Jesus put it. Peter asked, "How many times should I forgive a person?" 70 times 7. So this principle of forgiveness relates to humility, it relates to seeking first to understand, it relates to endurance, all different things that we've talked about in previous episodes on relationships. This is relationship advice, whatever you want to call it, part 9. So if you haven't seen some of the other ones, my favorite one is number 1. We'll talk about it probably tomorrow. Again, repeat, come back to it. But if you haven't watched them, go back and check them out. So that's the relationship advice for today. And I want to add one other thing. I almost titled this episode Go Forward, because my praise for today is the fact that when I was studying my Bible this morning, I had a good time of prayer with 2 other individuals on the phone this morning. I had some quality prayer time on my own and Bible study time on my own. And as I was reading, I read these 2 words, go forward. And it was in the context of the fact that when we're discouraged, when we're doubting, when we're vacillating, which I guess is the same as doubting, but when we're just struggling to know how to move forward, indecisive, unsure, insecure, whatever, the advice and the word of the Lord is go forward, because as we go forward, God will open the way, just like He opened the waters of the Red Sea. As we go forward, our eyes will be open and we'll see more and more of what God is doing. We'll see that the path is not as difficult as we assumed it was. When we stand back and are afraid to move forward, often the path looks terrible and it looks daunting and discouraging. But if we go forward, we will see in God's strength that all things are possible. So that's my praise for today. Have a wonderful evening. I hope somebody is truly blessed by this. And if you are, please share it with someone else. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you haven't. And may God richly bless you.